Okay, now after all that prep, or those various versions of preparing files, we can lay out our images manually. The contact sheet is much faster, but what we're about to do looks a lot better. So like the contact sheet, 8.5 by 11 piece of printer paper. So I want to create a new file in Photoshop. File, new. And it's not pixels, I am dictating things by inches. There we go. So how wide? 8.5, 8.5 by 11. And a print resolution of 300. sRGB mode, so none of this other stuff, sRGB mode. 8-bit, doesn't have to be bigger than that. Background is white, or it could be black, whatever's easiest for you to see. White's fine. And color profile, this is the important one. sRGB, IEC, blah, 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 1966 2.1. That is what you want to be in. This Academy color, this image piece, I don't even know what that is. ProPhoto is pretty big. Not a lot of people can handle that. Professional printer can. Okay, so sRGB IEC 61966-2.1. That is the best thing to be in. Don't worry about the pixel aspect ratio. So 8.5 by 11, 300 pixels per inch. sRGB, IEC, this whole thing. Yeah, create. So there we go. Let's get rid of that. Now we have an 8.5 by 11 piece of what is essentially printer paper. Some printers can print all the way to the edge, some can't. Even some of the ones that say they can, there's going to be some banding, some funny stuff here at the edge. So we need a print safe area. We need to come in like a 1/2 inch off of each edge to make sure that any of like ink bleed, things like that is going to be okay. What I can do is I can go view and see my rulers are viewed, which I just made them disappear. View rulers. And I've got a scale up here at the top, 8.5, 11. I want to go view. There's grid somewhere. Show grid. There we go. Show grid. So that's showing grid in 1/4 inches. So a full inch here and 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters of an inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. All right. And what we want to do is we're going to throw all our pictures onto this, and we want them to snap to the grid. So let's see, view, snap. That has to be checked. That check is on. If it's off, nothing's going to snap to the grid. So I'm going to turn it on. Snap to guide. Snap to both guide and grid. Let's see. Every time I hit, yep, both are checked. Guides and grids. Great. So now to make guides. Here's the image safe area. Remember, we want like a 1/2 inch all the way around. If I go up to this ruler with my cursor, hit the mouse button, hold it down, and drag down, it's going to bring a guide in. And since I have snap on, it's going to snap to, that's a 1/4 inch, that's a 1/2 inch, that's a 1/2 inch at the top. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. Drag it all the way down, go to the bottom of the page, and go up 1/4, 1/2 inch. Same thing on either side. Go to the 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch. Okay. So now it's useful to do a little math. You don't have to, but it's useful to do the prep. Let's see, we have width 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 by at half mark. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7.5 by 10. Math on that's a little tough, so how many pictures? You can just start going freestyle here, but I'm thinking, how many pictures do I have? Let's just go for it. We'll do it the long way so you can learn. It's better to do it the long way to learn, and that way you understand what the automatic settings do. All right, let's get a bunch of pictures open. File. Open. Here we go. Here are all of our squares. Let's highlight all of these. Let's open all of these. So if I want to cut and paste this, or copy and paste this, what do? I select all, select all, and now edit, copy, and now this image is in my clipboard. I go find my untitled image, and go edit, paste, there we go. And since Snap to Grid and Guides is open, I can move this and it's going to snap along those lines. Now this is way, way, way too big. So while layer 1 is highlighted, I can go edit, transform, scale, and when you scale it, it's not really good at snapping. But let's see, how big do we want to make this? 1, 2.5. Should we make it 2 inches? Yeah, 2. Here's where the guidelines are good for you. 2.02. It's all this little bumping. Okay. And now we go to the next one. Select all. Edit. Copy. And go back to here. Edit. Paste. Okay, now I got to line this up. Where am I going to line this up? Let's just get it up in the corner and then edit, transform, scale. And I can kind of select the middle and move it over. It'll snap right next to the other. And I've got to scale, see if, let's see, I can zoom in, see what that looks like. And see how things are just a little off. Okay, all right. So they're pretty close, but just going into this without a plan, without a complete plan, see how much extra work I have to do? So in the next lesson, I'll talk about how to plan a little bit better, and this will be much faster.